So I watched. Turn this off. Sorry, turn it down. I watched Daredevil this morning, and what can I say about the first two episodes? I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. But what really gets me is the first one of the first things that happens in the first episodes, I guess, spoilers, is that Foggy dies. And well, first off, it was kind of crazy. I was looking at like the CGI they did and like the camera and how it was kind of done with his acrobats around the city. Man, I don't know. Disney really needs to stop thinking that they can just fix everything with CGI, because at this point they just can't. God, it was. I don't say it was terrible. It was just goofy. It was just like, what am I? This is like, and this is coming from somebody who I love superhero shows. I love like the CW, Arrow, Flash, and all that kind of stuff. And one thing I appreciated about them was, hey, when they had to do CGI, it was goofy, but I mean, you as an audience member, as a fan, you're like, okay, but I mean, this was them doing their best. But they also stayed in their lane. If they could do it practical and whatnot, they tried to. But this, it was just like they could have done a practical, but they didn't. And like I said, it just looked goofy, like him running around the city. And that's not something, whenever Daredevil was doing his thing, it was just like you were in awe of it. Just like, wow, that's amazing. But with this, it was just like, okay, this dude was swinging around like Spider-Man. But anyway, so Foggy dies and is then replaced by this woman. And, she doesn't seem like a bad character or anything. I don't really remember her name. Kristen, I believe. And I'm just kind of just sitting there thinking, and I don't know. I feel like with everything happening nowadays, I can't look at a character like that and just think, wow, I'm kind of intrigued about this character. Now I kind of look at it in a lens through, it's like, okay, so why do they choose this kind of character, this actress? Like, why? And it's not like there's anything wrong with her. It just felt weird. You just sit there and just like, why do they do this? I don't know. Obviously, it was needed, I guess, with the story that they're doing. Foggy dies, so that's why Matt is no longer a vigilante. So, okay, fine, whatever. Killed by Bullseye, Poindexter. But anyways, yeah, the first episode, we see also Fisk and Vanessa. Fisk is, I guess, still, recovering from his recent fight with Echo. And so Vanessa took over, and Vanessa, I mean, we saw in like the third season of the Netflix Daredevil with her being okay with just fitting right into this criminal enterprise. So seeing her now is just like, okay, cool, but it's I don't know, it's so she's basically the Kingpin now, and Fisk, who was Kingpin, is now just, what is he at this point? He's obviously running for mayor now, and he just said, I want to run for mayor, so I'm going to run for mayor. Why he wants to do that, like his grand scheme of things, I'm not sure if that's something they'll explain further on, or if it's just gonna be like what was it, like in Boba Fett, where it's just like and honestly too, this is a bad example because I didn't finish all of Boba Fett, but in the first few episodes that I did watch, it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be like the crime lord of Tatooine. Well, it's like, why? Why do you want to do that? What's your overall goal? What do you want to change things for the better? Keep things as the way they are? I guess now Fisk is just like, hey, I want to clean up the streets, like the streets that I kind of helped make dirty, and has this vendetta against vigilantes, which, hey, that's fair, since him and his history with vigilantes. And it's kind of sucks that we have to with this now we have to reference Hawkeye, which I didn't think it was a terrible show. I watched all the way through. It wasn't terrible, but it was, okay, I guess. And then Echo, which I haven't watched. So now, Fisk is, is running for mayor. He is mayor. He has still, that dark side. I was thinking too when I was first watching it. Just there's no Fisk knows. Fisk doesn't know how else to operate besides being, a kingpin. He's operates in the shadows. He tries to strong arm people that he wants to leverage. So that's just how he runs things. That's just how he operates. So the first 2 episodes were... First episode, it was cool, it was fine. The second episode, I'm trying to think. That was fine too. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out where this story goes. But not a bad start. But I guess I just feel, the reason why I'm doing this video is just, is obviously this is Disney Plus Daredevil. It's not Netflix Daredevil. And I was thinking, just like with Disney and Star Wars, where let's take this IP, which it was theirs in the first place when Netflix got it, but they gave it to Netflix. Netflix did an amazing job with Daredevil. I watched, just rewatched the first season. I rewatched the second and third. But let's take these IPs and bring them under our house, the Disney house, and these beloved IPs, let's make them our thing. And just realize that Disney doesn't, they can't, whatever the heights that were achieved in Netflix, and I'm just talking about the heights, they don't have to do the exact same thing, they don't have to do the exact same story or the way that other studios did them. But like I said, with Daredevil and like Star Wars, like the heights that they reached, I find that Disney can't reach those heights. It's a shame. Like, I want to love these stories. I don't want to not enjoy one of my favorite mediums of entertainment, but I also can't just say, oh yeah, that mediocre is great. And I'm not saying that they're exactly mediocre, but what else am I supposed to think? I'm almost forcing myself to, not forcing, but trying to find the positive, and it's difficult when you have this already established world that, like I said, I rewatched the first season, it was great, and I'm watching this, and you know, it was fine. It was fine. We'll see what the future holds, but at the end of the day, it's just a sad day where it feels like just entertainment in general is just not being made to be enjoyed. It's just being made to shoehorn this in, or tell this, like I said, fine, mediocre story. Not wanting to push the boundaries, which, like I said, is a shame. I'm kind of getting, I don't know, I'm kind of getting annoyed with just entertainment these days. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. First 2 episodes of Daredevil. That's kind of my review. I didn't really explain so much of what happened in the second episode, but like I said, both these episodes were, first episode was an hour, the second was 50 minutes. Both kind of, at least for me, bleeded in one to the other, and yeah, I didn't feel like they, like the first episode was great, then the second episode was just fine. No, they were both just average. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the show.